So 2 weeks ago, I shared a Sephora haul from the Sephora Sales Event, and today I'm going to be trying out a couple of the products that I picked up during that sale, as well as other products that I have and I've been wanting to try out. So if you guys are interested, just keep on watching. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, then welcome. My name's Kristina, and on my channel, we talk all things beauty from my own perspective. So if you guys are looking for the best and most honest how-tos and reviews from a consumer's perspective, then make sure you subscribe to my channel, like this video, and leave any comments that you have for me down below. So in that Sephora sale haul video that I posted 2 weeks ago, I did put a couple of clips of me trying products on that I was wearing within like the video, you know what I mean? But I wasn't able to try everything that I had bought because, you know, I bought a couple blushes or a couple lip products and all that stuff. So I'm going to be trying on a couple of the different products that I wasn't able to try last time, and also show you guys a couple things that I've received recently. So if you're interested in seeing all of that, then let's get started. So something I picked up was the Kosas Lip Fuel set, and I have these two as well as the clear one. Actually, I think the clear one might be in my purse, but these are just the Kosas lip balms, and this is in the shade Flow. This one is by far my favorite one because of that shade right there, and I'm just gonna put this on while we do makeup. So that is that shade on me. It's truly just a little bit of a tint on the lips, which I really love from a lip balm, and it's not too glossy. So if you're just looking for something with a regular lip balm finish, that one would be a good option. Next, we're gonna go in with this Cali Ray So Blown Clean Blurring Primer. I actually have been using this pretty often recently because I want to get the feel for it. This is supposed to be a plumping hydrator, a pore eraser, an oil controller, and a makeup replacer. I do like it. I feel like it does slightly minimize the look of my pores. I just take my finger and I push it in to anywhere I usually get oily or anywhere that I feel like I have enlarged pores, you know? And it does definitely blur that area. I mainly have it around my nose, on my nose, basically my T-zone, I guess. For the base, I did use this in the Sephora sale haul, but this is the only complexion product foundation-wise that I picked up, and this is the Iconic London Super Smoother Blurring Skin Tint. This is in the shade Neutral Medium, and actually I really like this, but I love how fluid this is. The color is really nice, and it's just the right amount of thickness here to where it feels like a substantial skin tint, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't feel like just a moisturizer. You definitely get coverage out of this. So I have this like pimple spot that just won't go away, but look, it covers it so well. So I'm gonna finish blending that in with my IT Cosmetics brush. This is the Love is the Foundation brush. You can see here just how much coverage that skin tint has. It definitely, I would say, has more of a natural matte finish. It's not a super dewy skin tint at all. It definitely dries down matte, and you can kind of see it oxidizes a bit. So that neutral medium shade, while it looks very light when I first put it on, it ends up matching my skin tone really nicely. So just beware that this does oxidize. I would say that this is a good medium coverage for me. You can still see my freckling on my cheeks, and you can also see a couple of my blemishes and stuff come through once I blend everything in, but that's nothing concealer won't fix. But overall, I feel like it just like really evens my skin tone, and I like the way that this wears throughout the day. I find that I don't get super oily when I wear this. Just gonna do a little bit more right here on my cheeks. Now, this isn't a new product for me, but I did pick this up during the Sephora sale. This is my Kosas concealer in the shade number 6, and I'm just going to use this anywhere that I feel like I want to conceal, which would be under my eyes, around my nose, a little bit on my chin, and then any like blemishes that I have. So now I'm going to go in with a Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. This is a cream bronzer. I'm sure you guys have heard about this. It's a giant bronzing product, and this is in the shade 2 Medium. I'm so excited to try this out. Just look at how beautiful that product is. And I wanted to take a photo of this, but honestly, I just can't wait any longer to try this out. I definitely wanted to do some product photos, but it is okay. We are going to survive. I'm looking for a brush right now to use. So I'm just going to use this Morphe brush. This is actually a foundation brush, but I think that this might work really well with this product. So let's try it out. So I'm just going to go, I don't want to mess it up, but here we go. So I'm just going to dip my brush in there, and I'm going to basically use this just as a bronzer for warmth. I don't think that I'm going to go in to contour with it at all. I just kind of want to add a little something. Ooh, that's pretty. It looks so subtle in person, but then in camera, I'm looking at it on my monitor and it looks so nice and warm. I definitely enjoy this tone when it comes to bronzers. I feel like it's not too red and it has just enough of a neutral tone to where it can be used as a contour as well as just like a warmth product. I love putting cream bronzer on my forehead because I find that any foundation that matches my face doesn't necessarily match my forehead because my forehead's always a bit darker. So using a cream bronzer to really like even out that tone and bring it back to normal, I guess, is always a nice little trick that I do. And I'm just going to sculpt a little bit here. I don't think this is going to give me any sort of intense sculpting effect in any way. I think that this is just going to bring in that warmth that I need after doing my base and then make my skin just look more fresh and awake. Wow, that's looking really good. Okay, I'm really happy with the base so far. I'm going to be using the LYS Beauty Satin Matte Cream Blushes. All right, so we do have 3 shades right here. I think that I want to use a combination of these two today. So this is in the shade Grateful, and then this one is the shade Unforgettable. So I'm going to use a combination of these two. I think I'll use this as the base, and then I'll use this to kind of bring in a little bit more of that pinky brightness. I'm just going to use this small Sephora brush that I got. So I'm going to dab this into the shade Grateful. I just want to look at the pigmentation before I go too crazy. Okay, that's pretty good. This actually deposits a lot of good pigmentation. It wasn't too extreme right off the bat, which I like. I've been really enjoying just building up all of my products, like starting with very little and then building it up. I feel like my makeup always looks a lot better when I build on top versus trying to like remove excess makeup. So I don't look as cakey whenever I start with a little bit. I like that. That gives me kind of like the sun-kissed look. I just put it over my nose a little bit right there. I definitely see the satin matte finish. It's not super glowy and dewy, which is nice. This is the type of cream blush I can see myself using without any sort of foundation because I feel like the finish just looks really nice and natural. So I'm going to use the shade Unforgettable and probably just put this around the apples of my cheek to give a little bit of that ombre blush look. I'm just going to add a little bit more bronzer to just bring together the bronzer and the blush. All right, and there is the base. I really like this. I think it's looking really nice. I like the fact that everything that I'm wearing right now is kind of like a satin matte, like a fairly matte finish because it feels just like a little bit more concise. So now to set the face, I do want to set my T-zone at least. I'm going to be using the Haus Labs powder. This is just the shade Translucent. And what I'm going to do is set the under eyes first with just this like small, I think this is an eyeshadow brush. And then I'm going to go in and set the rest of the face with this powder. I find that it's really finely milled to where it doesn't cling to any spots on the face. It's a translucent shade, however, it still brings a lot of brightness into the face for me. I can see where I apply it because it just looks a little bit more bright. So I'm going to set my T-zone here. All right, and then I'm gonna leave it at that. I really like the way that this is looking. I feel like when I start off a little bit more matte, the makeup settles in a good way on the face. I don't know if you guys experience that as well, but as an oily, like combo oily girl, I find that sometimes my oils work in my favor to where it just kind of blends everything into the face to where it looks a little bit more worn in, but it looks nice and hydrated and dewy. I don't know if that makes sense. So I actually have this eyeshadow palette that I'm really excited about. They actually sent this over to me and I want to use it today. This is the Dior 5 Color Couture eyeshadow palette, and this is in the shade 359 Cosmic Eyes. I've been really wanting to play around with more cool toned eyeshadows, and the shades and the finishes of all of these eyeshadows just look so nice and luxe. They kind of look like a satin shimmery shade on each of them. So let me do a couple swatches for you guys. Ooh, that's like a taupey gold. Like when it catches the light, that's pretty. Here are all of those shades. I feel like all of these are so beautiful as standalone shades, but all put together, I feel like I could create a really beautiful look with this. I don't normally go for cool shades, but I'm very excited to try, especially this shade. I'm really excited. This formulation feels really, really buttery. As I was swatching it, this is just like one swatch down the hand, and you can see that pigmentation is crazy. And also, as I'm moving my hand, you can see how it kind of like catches the light and it shifts the shades, especially these shades right here. And it's always nice to have just a matte black, whether you use it as eyeliner or you use it to darken any eyeshadow look. I find that a matte black is always a good staple. So I'm going to take this shade right here all over the eyelid and then a little bit up on the crease. I feel like this is going to be a really beautiful, I guess, base shade. So I'm going to take that and I'm just going to lightly pat it and build it up. I've never used Dior eyeshadows, but this is beautiful. The way that this blends into the eyes, and also the amount of pigmentation that my brush picks up is really, really nice. I'm just going to take that middle shade there as well and just brighten up that inner third of the eye, just to give it a little bit of dimension. And then I'm taking this gray sort of shadow into the crease just to darken it a little bit. Oh, she's pigmented. I think I'm going to use that first shade right there under the eyes as well. Then I'm going to mix it with that gray. I want to do a little bit of a wing with that black. So I'm going to take this flat shader brush and just go into that black, just getting a tiny amount because this stuff is so pigmented. And I'm going to just dot it, like kind of stamp it. And then I'm going to drag it in and kind of smoke out that lash line too. Just a subtle, like, smoky eye, you know? All right, here are the eyes. I just put some mascara on, and this could definitely use some lashes, but I think I'm going to leave it here. I kind of love this. Like I said, I don't ever really go for, like, those cooler toned eyeshadow looks, but this kind of looks like a holiday look to me. I don't know. I feel like this is something that I would wear to a Friendsgiving or like a Christmas party. And it kind of gives me that like oil slick look, you know, like with the slight gray on the outer corners and a little bit of brightness up at the front. But it kind of like is still really cool. There's something about these tones that is just a little bit different than any other gold or any other taupe shade that I've tried or any other silver that I've tried. I think that maybe it's the finish, like how it's a satiny, shimmery shade, but it's not glittery. So to finish off the look, we are going to do lips. And for the lips today, I'm really excited because I have this Dior Menadier. I was not able to get this last year, but I'm so excited to have it this year. So it's this little clutch right here, which is so cute. Like, are you kidding me? Like, look how cute and like adorable and delicate that looks. I love the finish of this. It's this sleek black packaging right here with the Christian Dior logo. And then you have a lipstick holder right here on this side. So if you pop it open, you'll see you have your lipstick right here, right on the inside. And then when you open it, you have 3 other lipsticks in there with a mirror right here. But if you don't want to have the lipsticks in here, you can take this insert out where the lipsticks are, and then you just have this really beautiful clutch, and you can put all of like your cards, your money, your car keys and stuff in there if you want to take this like to a Christmas party or again to like a Friendsgiving or something. I'm obsessed with this. I truly am. And I just love the fact that there's a little lipstick thing here. And also, if you didn't want the lipstick, it comes off. You can detach it, and then you can just have this clutch. And it's just so versatile and cute. I love little purses and clutches that I can just carry around with me and like change up however I want, you know? Now let's talk about the lipsticks that come in it. So you do have 3 refillable lipsticks, and you have the bullet with another shade in there already. So the one that's in here is the shade 965 Rouge Fortune. It's a velvet. And look at this embossing, look at this engraving. It's just so beautiful. It's part of their holiday collection for 2022. And I'm just obsessed with how beautiful that is. So you can switch out this lipstick shade for any of the 3 that come with it. So the 3 other shades that you get are 674 Midnight Rose, which is another velvet, number 913 Mystic Plum, which is going to be a matte shade. And lastly, you have the shade 471 Enchanted Pink, which is a satin shade. And here are all of those shades swatched for you guys. So these 2 shades right here are velvets. This plum shade is a matte, and then this last shade is going to be a satin shade. And because this is part of their holiday collection, it is a limited edition deal. So make sure that you pick up this clutch if you're interested now, if you want to bring it to your holiday parties, or if you just want to buy it for someone special to gift this year, I would really recommend it. So out of these lipsticks, I honestly think I want to go for the red shade, because now I feel like I'm doing some sort of holiday look, and I want to finish it off with like a festive red, you know what I mean? So let's go in with this shade right here. I'm really excited to see this on the lips. It's like a beautiful red, but it has a tint of like pink to it, so it's not too intense. That is beautiful. I love that velvet finish. And here is that shade on. I love that it has a little bit of a tint of pink to it, so it almost makes it a little bit more of a toned down wearable red. I know that reds can be very intimidating, but honestly, the fact that this is a velvet shade, so it looks very soft and blurred, coupled with the tone of this lipstick, makes it so wearable. I feel like a lot of people could pull this off. So this is the final makeup look. What do you guys think? All of the products that I used today, honestly, I've been really enjoying, and I've really liked. I like the way that the face kind of just came together on its own, you know, like with the different finishes. Even though they were all different types of products, all of them were kind of like a satin matte finish. And I really like that everything just like came together. I really feel like this is a holiday inspired makeup look almost. So I may be using this makeup look for some of my holiday parties coming up. So stay tuned for that. If you guys are interested in that Dior Menadier clutch or even the eyeshadow palette, I will link down below some of the Dior sales that are going on right now. They have a Black Friday sale going on as well as a Cyber Monday one. So I'll link all of that information in my description box down below for you, as well as any of the information on all the products that I use on my face. I'll link all of those products in case you're interested, as well as like shades and all that stuff. Let me know in the comments down below what products you guys have been enjoying that you picked up during the Sephora sale event. I would love to know what's been working for you recently. And if you enjoyed this video, you found it helpful, or you just, you know, liked it, then make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this one. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.